Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a program to compare tunes for similarity, and we're in the stage of drawing the tunes. Well, we've clustered them and we're drawing them as a dendrogram, which is a kind of a tool for showing clusters. We've got some information going on in our connectors. We're trying to clean that up a bit and then work on improving the view itself. We've got things that are overlapping and stuff like that that we'd like to improve. All right. I just ran tests, so that should be good. We left off working with ConnectorInfo and remove element IDs. Okay, so ConnectorInfo, it contains the sequence number and the level, and it contains the element IDs. I'm just going to move them down. All right, now these are computed, today they're computed from the cluster. So when we create a connector, let's see, where is that dendrogram view? Build connectors. That seems like it belongs somewhere else, doesn't it? Okay. So what this does is it calls this build connector method, and oh, I didn't know that was a thing. All right. Didn't think I was refactoring it. Okay. Anyway, it's given a cluster and it's trying to build a connector corresponding to that cluster. Well, the sequence numbers, it just pulls those right from the cluster. But the fact is, now we have the children, and the sequence numbers for a node are the node sequence number plus the sequence numbers of its children. All right, so we can derive that directly from our connectors without pulling it from cluster. It's a little faster probably to do it from cluster because we're not calculating it as we go. But on the other hand, there are 50 connectors, I don't know, 100 connectors. It's not lots and lots of them. And I'll take a little more clarity and sort of functionalness, I guess, to do that. All right, so some other people are going to complain that I've switched the order around, I suspect. Right. Okay. I'm going to get rid of it anyway. Let me put it back. All right. Connector. Discard changes. Okay, so here's connector. All right. And element IDs in the middle. All right. So element IDs, let's provide an accessor for that on cluster. Okay, we have one. Right. Okay. Well, if it's an element, it's got a sequence number, and its list of element IDs is just that. All right. If it's a cluster, I think this is a refactoring in effect. We're changing the implementation, but we're not doing anything else to it. Okay, so what we want to do is, well, we're not going to get, let's take the children instead. Child 2, okay. So now we need the sequence number, which is in the connector info is the ID. All right, so that's that. Well, whoops. This is element IDs. I mean, I want to take child 1, child 2, and the current one. So what's the best way to get those together? Okay, and let's do 2. All right, and then we want to do, well, let's do child 1 dot append Let's make sure this is an array. There's a set. Oh, it should be a set. Okay. So child1 elements dot append. I don't know, that still sounds funny to me, but append child2 elements. Does that do that? That seems not the right thing. If it's a set, child1 elements dot, well, insert okay, so and just to make sure this append, yeah, that's. I just want to check that. I think it looked like it's a new member, so it's just one element. Insert if not present, and let me just check append. Append to publisher's output with the specified sequence. I don't know why it's talking about publisher. Maybe it's a more generic. Okay. I guess it's well. I mean that's appending the sequence. I think it's okay. We'll find out. Okay. Oh, let's. Oh, maybe it's not. It's no member append. Okay, I don't know why you proposed it to me. Is it union? I can't remember. Child1 elements dot union. Yeah. Tunes a new set with this sequence elements of both this set and the given set. That sounds more like it. Okay, so we want a new set because then we can insert it and hopefully that returns a new set. Is that the case? It doesn't, does it? Yeah. Sorry, append did not return anything. Okay. Let's do it this way. And that's going to be a var. Oh, instead of union or just plus the elements? Or do I have to? No? Instead of union? Okay. I don't know if that's messing it up. But no. I don't know if this is a set. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Well, that's... Why are those messed up? There we go. Okay. Lost my element IDs. There. All right. This should pass its tests. It's meant to be a refactoring. Because I have duplicate information in the groups. Okay, let's simplify this a little. This element IDs, union child, 2.element IDs. Kind of a failure of this method to, I would think most often you want to get the result back of doing an insert. Odd to me. Okay. All right. So let's get that in. Calculate element IDs from the connector's children rather than the cluster. Yeah, but I can't, I'm surprised it was not willing to do this. Maybe I didn't do it right. What if I do this? Yeah, maybe I must not have done that combo. Okay, let's take that. Nope. Result of call to union. Oh, I gotta say return explicitly with these. Okay. Okay, now no one is looking at this, I don't think. I don't think they should be. Okay, there will be tests that are. Okay, yeah, there's that when it gets populated and initial setup. All right, so let's take it out. And then we're going to have to take it out of the tests, but I think we learned something yesterday. I should not let those tests go by without saying that. Okay, so a bunch of tests will fail because they've got element IDs in them. Okay, and then, all right, let's pull out the cluster. Oops. Expected. Okay, so we pulled out expected. Now I want to make an assertion about actual sub-zero dot element IDs should be this. And that should go away. Now, unfortunately, well, I'm just going to comment these for a moment, and we'll go back in and make those tests better one at a time. It's a set. Hopefully, it will convert it to set when it tries to compare them. If it's combining, we can throw them in a set if we have to. And this is really what we should have done with depth and level yesterday too, when we changed them because, or depth and whatever it was. What was the other one? I wrote it down somewhere, top and bottom. Okay. All right. So where's that first one? Okay, this test should pass. Yeah, that's true. We can get them there. Mostly, I think we should be able to just calculate. Like depth should be easy. The other may be more trouble. Okay, so let's pull out connector 3. This is connector 4. Move that guy up a little. And I think we can say actual should be connector 3, connector 4. Then we can assert on connector 3 and 4's elements. Do I care in these cases? I mean, if I do the one that has the most stuff going on, I think if I do it in that last one, I'm actually okay with it. If it's just got a few, well, I can do actual is expected. That I think I'm going to do it down on the bottom where the recursive stuff is. Let's do that one first and see if I feel like it covers everything. Okay, we got expected 4, 5, and 6. All right, now let's make assertions. Expected 4 dot element IDs. Yeah, I mean it's going to be this same test. I mean, I think this same structure builds up enough levels to be interesting and do it. But yeah, I think I'm okay with this. That's 4. And I'll just check one element. Oh, E0 is not a connector. Is that right? It's a cluster. Well, now, once I've argued against it, I think you've convinced me a separate test would be easier. But first I'll take these out because I don't want to bother with them. Okay, let's. If we do connector dot element. Oh, is it not empty? Is it? It's itself. Connector dot element 42 with a value of X. We don't care what the type is. It should be 42. Conflicting argument types. Connector versus int. Is that going to work? Oh. Dot. Okay. Element IDs for element is its sequence number. What's your problem? Oh, you want row number. Okay. That should pass based on what we already did. Okay. And then okay, we got to set up a little connector. I don't think we need a lot. I think we can get by with about this much. Maybe set up two. Connector 4. Okay. So I guess I could look at both those. Oops. For element IDs should be the set 0, 1, 4. And the one for 5 should be that plus 2 and 3. Okay. Thank you. That's definitely a better situation to just test that separately. Although it's apparently not working. Oh, this should be a 5. Oops. That should be a 5. Okay. So 3V there. Oh, you're right. That should not. 0, 1, 2 plus 4 and 5. All right. I guess no harm peeking. Okay. All right. Turn this on. Okay, to do. Remove element IDs from cluster info. Good. Wow, episode 50 this year. Man. Okay, now what do I want to do first? I guess this is probably the the one I want. Oops. Connector tests. All right. I'd kind of like to test the depth the same way. Let me extract this test case. This is really 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's make. Whoops. Well, he didn't extract it. Let's make a method. Yeah, depth isn't hard. It's just like I'd kind of like to test with the same tree on top and bottom and this. Let me do connector 5 dot child. Oh, it doesn't like that. All right, let's return a pair. Okay, and depth of an element is just 0. Okay, so connector 4 has 2 elements, so those are the ones, so those are zeros, so he's a 1. And 5, he has one child that's an element, so that's a 0. And 4 is a 1, so the max is 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, and I'm going to change this slightly. 875 is binary. 85 is not. Okay. No, is that right? 0.875. Yeah, 0.125 more. That's 1/8 more. Okay. We're adding tests for top, bottom, and depth. All right. So the top branch. I can't really test that because it fatals. Should I default it to something simple? Like just a 0.0000 maybe? Well, it's really X center is 0, length 0. Okay, let's make it return something. Element 3, row 2. Okay, is a branch. Yeah, they should be the same. X is 2. Y is 0. Length. Oops. Length is 0. Is that going to build? What's the F's? Generic connector T. Oops. Dot. Top. Okay. Right. Okay. So now let's return branch. X is X is well, level, it should be 0. Y should be the row thing. Sorry. This should be 0. Y should be the row number. Length 0. Okay. Return. Yeah. Okay. X0, Y is all right. Yeah, let's do bottom while we're here. I'll move it down. Okay, so if you got element32 dot bottom, we want the same thing. Y2, because that's the row number, length 0. Okay, and that could be that. Whoops. All right, and top for the others. Top for cluster is well, that's the child's. That's definitely messier. Well, it's based on the first child's information. All right, so connector 4. For the top should be the branch. Okay. All right. X is the first element. X is 0. Y is 0. And level is 0.75 minus its level, which is 0. So 0, 0, 0.75. Okay, connector 5. Well, his top is the middle. Let's see, 4 connects 2 elements. So his top is the middle between those 2 elements. So they were row 0, row 1, right? Yep. Actually, this should probably be row 2. But okay, so X is 0.75 because that's where the C4 comes in. Is C4 first? No, it's the element. Sorry. So X is 0. Y is 0 to 1. So 0.5 is half that. And the length is 0.75. Okay. Make sure I got that right. This is taking longer than I thought. Okay. 0, 0, Y is 3. Oh, that's that element. Yeah. I guess that's okay. We're leaving out a row, but we don't have to include it, I think. In reality, it will be there. Okay, but he's row 3. His length is 0. Row 3, 875. Yeah, so he's the whole thing on C5. So this is an element, so it has to reach all the way to 0.875. The second one, the bottom on this one is going to be different. Okay. Bottom. Okay, so connector 4's bottom is element 1, 1. Okay, so bottom branch of 4, X is 0, Y is 1. Length is 0.75 because that's how long branch connector 4 is. All right, then connector 5, the bottom is C4. Well, C4's starting point or ending point was 0.75. And so his length is 125. And his Y position is 3 because we said it was at row 3. Nope. His Y position is half. Yeah, where I tried to put it the other time. Yes, thank you. Okay, Y is halfway between connector 4's connector's 4 center. Okay, don't need that, and let's check that. All right, that should be everybody. Okay, and tests for depth, top, and bottom on connector. All right, now a refactoring. I have connector info with 2 fields. I would be fine. I think 4 or 5 fields is kind of my limit on these. 4, I'm definitely okay with. 3's 3, 2, 1, they're nice, but I think I want to say that a cluster should be sequence number and double. Let's just add sequence number to the front. Okay. Yeah. So if sequence number's in the front, let's return ID, ignore, and return ID. Okay. We've got an ID info we don't need, and we return ID. ID info. Don't need the ID here. We're not using the ID here. Or here. Connector. Probably some tests are going to be upset. Presumably. Come on. There we go. Okay, assert clusters equal. Let's do ID. I guess we'll pull the let out. Oh, do we call that anymore? No. All right, good. ID 3. ID 3. 4. 3. 4. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Now we probably should have spotted this earlier that we could pull those fields out. I guess it's because we decided to make the children connected. We didn't really need to do that before the depth. Okay. So I'm hoping that's everybody. And I guess we couldn't implement any of those recursive routines until we had the depth as well. All right. Let's get the level is a double. Level is ignored. Level's ignored. This one, we want level. Ignore info. Levels ignored. Info.level becomes level. Did I miss one? Yep, thank you. Okay, this one has level. All right, test again. We'll come through one more time to delete connector info in a moment. Okay, and then finally, well, I guess we'll take that. Add ID and level to top level connector cluster. All right, and now I'm getting a complaint that 5 is too many here, so let's take out connector info. And it's the third, the former third. Now these are easy to spot. All right, and then the struct. Should be unused. We did that, and we did this. Okay. All right, so we're back to running. I think we're ready to do some of the work on our drawing code. All right, so take the big file and its cluster. We've got these overlaps. We've got these lines too close together. All right, let's take a quick break, 4 or 5 minutes, and come back and tackle that. Welcome back. All right. What a mess. All right, I got a couple things going on that makes me, like, I wonder the scaling, right? We draw this. Let's look at these. So we got our elements scaled by the percent. And then we have this. Well, its width is there, but the height is Y scaled. Times the count. Okay. Now, I gotta think. I want to pay attention to how we draw things on the X scale. All right, so I think what we're doing, every line we draw, we scale it by X scale, the X coordinate by X scale, and the Y coordinate by Y scale. All right. So somehow that seems like I should be able to pull that scaling out, except the diamond is a little funny. And the positioning uses Y scale. Okay, so let me try scaling X scale. And what's X scale, right? It's interframe width times diagram percent. Okay, let's try pulling this out. And I want to scale X scale. Now, if I do this, this should be way big. If element depth starts at 1, which was the zero distance adjustment? Is that up in here? Yeah, we'll see. All right, am I running? Take the small one, cluster. All right, so the lines are so big they don't go. All right, now I'm going to take X scale off the lines. I think my diamonds may still be screwed up, but let's take that off. X scale. Now I don't think there's a lot of other X scales out there. Okay, let's try again. A little extra by the text. Was that the offset or the padding? So, okay, well, we'll see. I know there's something going on because when you write the text at line 0, we want the drawing to hit in the middle of that text, and 0 is the top here. Well, if it's the top of this one, right, it's got to be somebody's got to scooch around a little. Okay, I'm hoping this is moderately in scale and the diamonds are screwed up. Grr. And yet it's not. Okay, I'm going to put scale to fit on here. What's the difference? One's doing stuff on the Y. Okay, just see if we can get it back. Delta X is how far to move horizontally. I don't know. I made them X plus delta X as opposed to X1, X2. Kind of a toss-up to me, but see, okay, I don't know. I'm not. If I put it in a scroll view, okay. Are you talking about up here, this delta X? Yeah, I think this is correct. It's starting at X, Y. It's moving to X plus delta X, Y plus delta Y, although they're still scaling. And these parentheses aren't really needed at this point, but it's not working either, so. All right, so let's just, I may just go back. Yeah, I'm not feeling good here. I was hoping it was an easy change. Now, what's your problem? This connector. Okay, that's dendrogram view. Oh, I didn't delete. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, we're going to revert the one. Make sure deleting ConnectorInfo passes all tests. Okay. Can I scale a path? Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely before. Scale effect, X colon X scale, Y colon Y scale. Okay. All right. Let's return method. Line requires some. We weren't. Okay. Let me try moving it out. Put these shapes back. Take this out here. Get up to the view level. This is definitely a view. All right. Try it here. No. Okay, I'll revert again. I mean, I'm glad I'm taking small steps, but I'd like to be taking small steps and making small progress. Okay. All right. So we're back where we started the day as far as the dendrogram view. All right. So I guess I'll have to run it again. So I think where we're starting is, well, I guess we get our choice. We can deal with the fact that these lines are drawing inside the diamond. Okay. And then deal with the distance between these lines. And maybe it's the same problem, but what I'd like to do is start this half a diamond over. Okay, so I guess you can't see on this one, but it does have a line going to the middle of its diamond. So if I started half a diamond over on any line, this would put a little breathing space here, which might or might not be great. Right, so X the problem is, when we say move half a diamond over, that's not, our X's are in the 0 to 1 range. They're not X coordinates or X pixels. I don't know if you can think of them as pixels anymore or not. So I would like this value to be pixels coming in. And I don't know, I'm almost, I've spent so much time confused about what's a pixel and what's not. I kind of want to make a little struct for it. And, what should I call this? I almost want to call it like PX for pixels. Now let's see how this looks. And it's a little weird to not capitalize it, but sometimes I think that gives a better feeling to it. All right, so all I want in pixels is well, let's call it value of double. Okay, and then I'm going to make a constructor, and it takes value of double and assigns. Okay. Now, what this does, okay, so is this a pixel or do I want a point? I don't know. Yeah, I want to multiply the value. Like I want to make the, what if I make the caller multiply the value? Maybe the pixel. I don't know. This struct. All right. I'm going to make a rule that says the caller has to do the multiplication on the points they give me. So let's see how that rolls. Okay, so caller and x, x. Okay, that's vertical line. This is going to be parenthesized. And that's 0 anyway. Okay. All right. That's the two lines. I'm going to put this preview thing we did the other day in back in. I think I saved it in here. Okay, it still looks right. Oh no, it doesn't, does it? Were 4 and 5 identical before? 6 and 7 were definitely like that. Okay. All right. Whether it's a good move or a bad move, I don't know. Okay, we got to get our ABC parser back. Okay. I'm going to move this conversation over here. Hopefully I remember to look at it once in a while. Was always my problem. And maximize this. Or at least mostly maximize it. Okay. Now you're paused. How about drawing for me? Yeah, I was going to. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to ignore these title areas. Okay. So okay. So this, yeah, I just don't know the right place to do this stuff. Let me try that again. Yeah, that. Oh, but the problem is he can't know it there. Let's make it local. And I don't know. I think I want to say X. Do I want it to be just X or do I want it to be everything? I think we want it to be, well, let's start with this. Value of double. Init value of double. Maybe I should name it value. Typing it that way enough. Okay. Now, can I do that? Okay. So okay, let's do it. I don't know if I can do that. And then this is X scale times value. Is that legit? I don't know if it'll let me access it. Yeah, I can't find X scale in scope. Oh, that would help. Okay, well, no, instance member cannot be used. I was afraid of that. All right. I don't want to pass it in because then I'm passing in the scale everywhere. Oh. Okay, the other way I can do this. Well, even if, I don't know if you, I think you can, but if you can, then I would have to, I guess, see, X scale is computed based on the frame width, which right now I've got that constant, but there's no reason it has to be, and I don't want to change. Maybe I'm worrying about the future a little too much there, but I'd like to be the frame width to be based on the size they size the window to, not a fixed constant. The other way I had in mind to do this was define a new function. Let's say X pixel. Oh, then I should just, yeah, maybe that's, put this back in. Let's just keep the value. And drop that, that. Okay. So I don't think I even need this. All right. Now X pixel. pixels. Okay, and this is going to do the multiplication. Like that. And then here, I'm going to say x pixel branch.x. Okay. VPX to expect target type double. Okay. Then I got to move line to x pixel as well. Okay, so let's do both these. X pixel, and then I want line to take an x pixel. And he's just x. Oops, a point, a pixel. X in pixels. X dot value. I gotta do both these to be consistent. Delta X should be a pixel as well. Okay. Is everybody building? No. Yes. Okay. I don't know. Is that a better or worse? Maybe I should go to just points of some sort too, but let's make sure this, oh, I don't even need that. I just want to stop pausing this. Okay, I mean, it seems neutral. It's not. Golly. So I can do that with a y pixel. The question in my mind is, maybe I should make xy just be a point. It's sort of okay for the delta. It's sort of like adding 2 points, so I don't feel bad about it. Let's make this. Where's px? I'm just going to say my point for a moment. Change these px's to my point. Probably should have used a rename on that. Am I missing any? Okay, let's try a rename on this. Call this X. Add in a Y. Okay. Now here, I'll just use Y0 for a moment. And that's the only problem. Preview. Okay, and let's just call this point. All right, and rename this X. I'm gonna rename it unscaled X. Okay. And okay. Now I'm going to give it a second argument. Unscaled Y. Okay. Now I want the line to use X. Let's call this start. My point. Okay. And then I want start.x. And then I want this to be start.y. So I'm going to have to give point.branch X with branch Y. And this goes with top Y. Let's take out that second argument of line. Plus that. All right. Two, three. What's the matter? Parameter 2. 1, 2, 3. Line should take 3. I just screwed it up. Start.x. No, he's got start x, start y, start x, start y. No complaint there. Okay. Line here. Point branch.length. Why are you complaining? Argument for parameter 2. Oh. Well, let's pass him what he already has. Okay, what's your best now? All right. Yeah. Okay. And then I want this to be delta. That shouldn't affect things. And then start.y, delta.x, start y plus delta.y. Okay. Good. And now we don't need that fourth argument. delta y is only being used from the point, from the delta object. Okay, I guess that's caught up. All right. So I guess I'm happier. I'm definitely happier. This is a point and a point. I don't know. I'm not wondering if the delta thing is just screwing it up. It's harder to understand to me that this line is from this plus a delta, right? That's a little funny, but I think that's the only place that's doing it. So I believe I could pull this out. Let's try that. If this is from x for length is really the same as saying x plus length. Plus length. Okay. And then this plus y is really that. Same thing here. This is here. And this is this. Oh, interesting. Is that correct? And now these need to be add line. This goes away. And this goes away. And we're back. All right, now this is really end. End. Can I call it end? Okay. I think that's coming along. This is interesting though because it's top plus bottom minus top, right? So let's take that off. Yeah, well, we were kind of compensating for it in effect, but I think, yeah, adding it and subtracting it definitely comes out weird when you do the whole thing. All right, so a line from branch X to branch plus length branch Y. Okay. I mean, that seems like something branch could tell us, like XX2 or something. Top X plus top length. Yeah. Okay. I think this is progress. Not so much on the actual drawing stuff, but I think we're simplifying, and I think that will help. All right, so introduce my point and point to clarify when we're in screen coordinates. Okay, moving this dendrogram view preview is definitely a winner too. All right. Yeah, so I think it's reasonable to say that there's x2 is a valid request from this thing. A vertical line, x doesn't change. Okay, so let's go to branch. XY. Okay. Var x2 of double is x plus length. Now length, yeah, that's okay. And then back in dendrogram view, we're going to use that thing over the place. Point branch dot xy to branch dot x2. Oops. x2y to x2 from the top to the bottom. Okay, I'm liking that. Top x2 to bottom y. So the vertical line is at the x2 point from y, top y to bottom y. I think so. Okay. All right. Well, I would say that's a win. We got my point out there. Now it's not. There's no reason it has to be nested. It doesn't have to be public on the other hand either. File private I think would be good enough. All right, let's make sure everything's green on the unit test side. Private over file private, prefer private. Okay, fine. Again, nobody's going to reference this but our code here. All right, now can we... So I'd like to do these offsets. So my starting point, I don't think I'm going to change my ending point because it's sort of that length anyway. When I draw the line, okay, somehow we have to get... I need something that tells me the size of this diamond, all right? We know the font size, so I mean, we played with some plus or minus 1 things, but I think basically this over 2 should be the width. Now, it may not be a perfect square. The highlighting here, I can't tell. It looks squarish, but if it's off a pixel or 2, I wouldn't know. One more in. Nope. Okay. We're going to start there. Right. So it is a function of font size, so I don't mind using that in here. But I think when you say draw the line, okay, the problem I'm going to have is it's really a question of if you're drawing to a connector, I'd like you to offset. If you're not, I don't. Now, do we know we got a connector? Horizontal line connector. When the line comes before the diamond ends. Yeah, so I want this line to, I'd like it to start on the outside of this diamond drawing area. So I can bump the line half a diamond over, but if I bump the line when it's an element instead of a cluster, then I'm kind of bumping too far. Right. So horizontal line connector.top. Okay, so I'm drawing the top, the bottom, the bracket. All right. So the first one, the horizontal line, right. It's like I want to do an offset. Yeah, that to me is a separate problem. Let's see. Let's check our test data. We can probably get both problems in here if we try. 8. Oh, our title is not big enough to tell them apart. Oh, I took that out. Okay, let's go back here. Back to dendrogram view. Okay, so I've got 8. Yeah, I don't know if I can make 8 more similar to the 7 one. All right, so A G. Nope. A C G. Well, I don't know if I can get it close enough. Maybe CD. CD, C, A, G, C, D. Well, C, D, C, G, B. Closer. Okay. I kind of don't want to solve that problem just yet, although it's going to have to be part of the solution. Oh, golly. CDC, ABCD. Let's make this similar. ABC, D, E, F, G. Okay, maybe that's the way to go. CDC, AA. Oops. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Hard to do intentionally, but our data does it a lot. Okay. Yeah. That's almost enough to demonstrate it. Let's do A, C, D, E, A, B, A, B. Nope. Oop. Redo that one. Yeah, that one's enough to demonstrate 2 problems. Okay. One is this like 7 where it's drawing inside the middle of it. I can see the problem there. This one though, I think the line is shorter than the diamond, so it's coming out a hair before it. That's also a problem. All right. But I think I want to solve the problem of a line connecting to a cluster should start outside the cluster. Its overall length will look the same because the diamond is doing it. And a line that's not on the cluster should not take that hit. All right, so I think what I'm saying is X horizontal line. All right, so it's branch X, but I want to do plus font size divided by 2. Okay, apparently not. Oh, I gotta do them outside. That's it. I mean, can I give my points an offset? Would that be sensible? I'm gonna try that. Where's point? Let's give it an offset X. Offset X of double equals 0. Okay, everybody's still the same. Now this one, oh. Ooh, okay. Sorry. All right, now that is approximately better. I think if I did +1, it would look even better. It's funny to me that it's connecting onto the diamond. I really do like that little space. And I'm not getting it. Can't tell if it's just slow or what. Okay, there's a little. Okay, that's hard for me to tell, but I think that's just outside the sandstone colored bit. Yeah, that might be a better way to go. I don't know. Is that? Okay, I'm gonna take the simpler one for a moment. Okay, let's do a real run. I think we'll see what that does to our big data set. Sorry, I'm gonna move this one more time. I obviously need to do some 3-in-1 somewhere. Okay, big set is Miss ABC, no Scala ABC, and clustered. Yeah, so this is showing. Yeah, I can see 2 problems. Okay, I think this line is. Okay, first problem is this line should. This blank gap. I would rather this were complete, only doing the offset if its child is a cluster. These going backwards, I think they might even be going drawn backwards. Yeah, that may do something. Oh, here's an example. This one is definitely going backwards from the outside of the diamond to the inside. And I almost wonder if something like that's going on. All right, but I think if it were on the other side, I'd be totally thrilled. So I don't know. All right, let's see. Where is okay? I'm gonna claim this as progress and adjust so diamond is not overwritten. Okay, now the adjustment for depth. I don't know if I should adjust for that opening space or not. All right. Okay, so for depth, what we said was something like, oh, excuse me. Sorry, I got to take this. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so adjustments for depth. We're saying your length is your length, but we want to add, depth minus child depth times that font size, half font size. Okay, so what does that affect? It affects your, well, maybe we could do the vertical line first. Gosh. So the horizontal position here, well, we don't have the connector, do we? We have it here. I guess we could pass the depth in. Let's do that. Okay, so now here, we'll just pass a 0 for now. Okay. I'm not sure. Have I not clicked? Oh, maybe I'm going out of my range. Okay. Right. So we're saying the vertical line distance should be offset by a, yes, that's right. Do we need the two inner depths? Or do we need both depths? We need our depth, our level. Do we need the maximum? No, they're separate. Okay. I guess we want to know the depth adjustment you should make, right? And so whatever that is, it should be depth times font size divided by 2. All right, because everybody should scooch over that much. Is it double? Okay, that doesn't affect this until I do something. All right, so here the depth is 3. If you move to 1, 2, I guess it's -1. Let's try connector.depth. I think that's too many. Guess it's got to move on both. That well, our diamond obviously has to deal with the depth adjustment too. Well, that distance looks like 1 diamond's worth to me. I mean, it may not be exactly right, but this one's adjusting half a diamond. He shouldn't. I think it is -1. Here. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, our level doesn't count because our parent needs to worry about that. Okay. Now, oh, our vertical line should be in the right place. So if 6 were there, that would be okay. They are already offset by a row's difference, so I don't think they overlap that way. And then 7 looks like I think that's the right position. It's very close, if not. Okay. Now let's adjust let's try for the diamonds. All right, we got connector depth. All right. Position X frame width times connector level. And then I think it's the same kind of adjustment, right? It's depth -1 is adjustment of 0 for this one and 1 for that one. connector level plus times font size /2. Ideally, our diamonds show up in the middle of our lines. They're not going to. So it should be by the labels. Failed to build. Okay, what's that? Reasonable time. Oh, man. Did I do that much to it? Well, I don't know if I can group these. Kind of try and isolate them a little. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. Build failed. Try taking it up into distinct sub-expressions. Okay. We call this labeled bracket. Stop. Did it without your help. Okay, where's bracket? Can I extract this? Bracket needs connector. I think everything is coming from that. Okay. Can't tell if it's stuck or not. Well, I think I need frame width, right? Yeah. Oh no. Really? Or is that old? Image. Oh man. Well, let's take this out. I don't think so. I mean, it's got preview paused right now, so I think it's something about this expression we added in just made life too hard for it. I don't know what else I can pull out. I mean, these shouldn't matter. This shouldn't matter either. I don't think that makes it any more complex in there either. Are you still confused? It may be like the product and the sum and all that. I don't know. Maybe I can pull these. Like, what if I compute them? Let x equal this mess. I don't have great intuition for how it decides, like what makes it get too complicated for it. Oh man, am I still getting the error? Like, why is it grayed out? Is it really there? Type check this expression in reasonable time. Frame width is double. Connector.level is double. Connector.depth is maybe I should put the casts in. Would that help? Connector depth times font size divided by 2.0. Build succeeded and it didn't. Okay. Golly. Okay, well. Something's funny there. Okay, let's take off this last term. Okay, so that should be back where it was, I think. No, something has gone funny. I don't know how much to undo. All right, let's try that. You know, this is probably a place for this preview. It can do just as well. Okay. You're not even a diamond. Alrighty. Let's see. Overlay text connector ID. All right, let's undo some more. Put these back up. Okay. Tan box is the label. Okay, is it's written with the background color set here. Probably that can be done. I do it somewhere. Where is that? Well, we might be able to do it completely outside. But yeah, anyway, there's somewhere it's setting the background on this thing. Yeah, here. So the diamond is the only piece that has that. Okay, that's too hard to check. Let's undo. That's label. That's there. Okay, and now I'm gonna. Is that too complicated? Okay, I think that puts us kind of back where we were. Oh, and it's better. All right. So, well, okay, we haven't dealt with horizontal lines, and I guess that'll be a project for tomorrow. But we do have the bracket. It looks centered to me. It might be a pixel to the left, to the right of what we want, like you were saying earlier. Let's do x. This one's -1. I think we're there on that one. So, yeah, this is a bit of a tongue twister at this point. Okay. So I think at this point, we've got to worry about the X line, but the length, I mean, I think the length just needs to pick up that extra depth multiplier, it looks like. So if this one had 1, 2, 3 half diamonds on it, I think that looks about like the right thing. And this one would have 2 halves, maybe. Yeah, I guess that's right. That's 1 diamond's worth, because it's, although they overlap a little bit vertically, so we may have some fine tuning to do. But I think we've got our vertical line placed correctly and our diamonds placed correctly. Now the complexity to do it is a little high, but I think it's on the right track anyway. So tomorrow, let's see, Thursday, we will start at 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC as usual. If I get that right, I'm in Central Time, so I've got to make sure I keep adding. But anyway, Eastern Daylight Time, and we will pick up with this horizontal line. Yeah, we may need to do the adjustment variable. We'll pick up with this horizontal line and see if we can slide that guy over a little bit and make it happy. But I think we're getting there. It's looking better. We got a minute, so I'll just run the full set and just see how that's looking. It's had a tendency to find things we didn't see in the smaller ones. It's hard to get the drawing just so. Okay, we still don't know about that. We don't have an example over here. Although I guess what if I made those two identical? But okay, anyway. There's still a little something being written in there. Oh, our horizontal lines are not right, so I shouldn't even judge. I guess I should be judging how do the vertical lines look and any vertical lines that seem too close. Well, this would be the closest, and it's not terrible. Okay. These little pieces of horizontal lines, I don't know what's going on there, but we'll get them. I guess they just need adjustments because they were all crowded in quite a bit, and they're still going to be crowded. They look further apart than they should be because we're spacing this in. Maybe we should be scaling this. I don't know. The other thing on my mind is I talked to the group of guys I hang out with on Tuesdays, and they were wondering, like, gee, some of these zeros seem okay, but some of these others seem like they ought to be a little closer than, this first one seems like it's, kind of was almost halfway across. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I believe I ran the test, but I'll do it one more time and I'll check in this. We can go back if we have to, but yeah, we'll do that. All right. So adjust vertical drawing and diamonds to right position. I guess I'll say extended. All right. Well, thanks very much. Have a good night, and hope I catch you tomorrow or some other time. Bye-bye.